What if I told you that this fit, strong, and energetic man is already 60 years old? His name is Bryan Mataya. Most people at this age already complain of back pain, lack of strength, and believe that the best years are behind them. But Bryan Mataya proves the opposite by his example. He trains regularly, leads an active lifestyle, maintains excellent physical fitness, and looks much younger than his age. So what's his secret? These are not expensive treatments, miracle supplements, or unique genetics. Everything is much more interesting. In this video, we will analyze the habits and principles that help Bryan maintain his health, strength, and youth. And most importantly, you can start applying most of them today. Therefore, watch this video to the end. It will be interesting and useful. So let's get started. The first thing is that Bryan is active not only during training. For him, movement is a natural part of life. Many people make the mistake of thinking that 1 hour in the gym is enough to make up for the rest of the day spent in an armchair. But the body works differently. The more we move during the day, the better the blood vessels work. The more actively the muscles help the heart pump blood, the more effectively the body regulates sugar levels and supports metabolism. Youth is not just about intense exercise. It's a constant movement. If you want to feel younger, try starting with a simple rule. Don't sit for more than an hour in a row. Even 5 minutes of walking, a light workout, or climbing stairs can give the body much more benefits than it seems at first glance. Another feature of Bryan is that he trains consistently. Pay attention to the word stable. Not heroically, not to the point of complete exhaustion, but regularly. It is regularity that is the factor that allows the body to constantly adapt, strengthen muscles, ligaments, bones, and the cardiovascular system. Many people practice according to their mood, actively for a week, then nothing for 2 weeks. The body does not like such swings. It is much more effective to train a little, but constantly. If you're just starting out, it's better to do 3 quality workouts a week all year round than try to change your life in 2 weeks of extreme exertion. Bryan has a special love for upper body workouts, and it has a deep meaning. After 40 years of age, a person begins to gradually lose muscle mass if he does not do anything. The strength of the muscles of the shoulder, girdle, back, and arms decreases especially rapidly. It is these muscles that help maintain proper posture, protect the spine, and allow you to perform the most common household activities without feeling weak. A well-developed upper body makes a person look younger as slouching disappears, shoulders straighten, and coordination of movements improves. If you want to stay young, you shouldn't limit yourself to just walking or cardio. Strength exercises should be a mandatory part of the program. In many of his workouts, Bryan uses regular dumbbells. At first glance, this may seem like an overly simple tool, but simplicity is often the most effective solution. Working with dumbbells forces a huge number of small stabilizer muscles to engage in movement. They are responsible for joint stability, balance, and movement control. In addition, each arm works independently, which helps to eliminate muscle imbalances. If one side of the body is weaker than the other, the barbell often hides this problem, but the dumbbells do not. That is why even a small set of moderate weight exercises can bring tremendous benefits to joint health and overall fitness. It's also interesting that Bryan regularly films his workouts on video. At first glance, it may seem that this is done for the sake of social media. But in fact, video is becoming a powerful tool for self-control. During an exercise, a person is rarely able to objectively evaluate their technique. The camera shows all the errors, the position of the back, the range of motion, the speed of execution, the work of the joints. Sometimes it's enough to look at yourself from the outside for just a few minutes to discover mistakes that have hindered progress for months. Try to write down your exercises at least sometimes. It's a free way to make your workouts much safer and more effective. There is another principle that is rarely discussed, although it largely determines longevity. Bryan gets a good rest between sets and after workouts. Many people perceive rest as a waste of time. In fact, muscles become stronger not during exercise, but during the recovery period. If you constantly push yourself without enough rest, the body begins to work itself out. The level of chronic stress increases, sleep worsens, and immunity decreases. Therefore, do not be afraid to take full pauses between sets. Let your breathing recover, feel ready for the next exercise, and make sure you get a good night's sleep after your workout. It is at night that the most important processes of tissue repair and hormone production take place. Bryan's mindset is equally important. Despite life's challenges, he remains optimistic. This does not mean ignoring difficulties or constantly smiling artificially. It's about the habit of looking for solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Chronic stress has a powerful effect on the body. It worsens the quality of sleep, increases inflammatory processes, and affects the functioning of the heart and immune system. An optimistic outlook on life helps to recover faster after difficult periods and preserve inner energy. One of the useful techniques is to ask yourself every evening the question, what turned out well today? Such a simple habit gradually rebuilds the brain's attention from the constant search for threats to the search for opportunities. Another of Bryan's principles is particularly valuable in the age of social media. He never compares himself to other people. He compares himself only with yesterday's self. This is an incredibly powerful approach. When a person constantly looks at other people's achievements, he almost always ends up losing. There will always be someone stronger, younger, or more successful. But the only comparison that really helps you develop is your own progress. Are you stronger than you were a month ago? Has the technique improved? Has it become easier to climb stairs? Has sleep improved? These are the indicators that really matter. It is important to understand that youth is not a number in a passport. This is the body's ability to perform its functions effectively. That is why many habits that seem insignificant today will determine the quality of your life in 10 or 20 years. Friends, what do you think of this man? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video that's currently appearing on your screen.